We're back with another episode of Meet Me at the Window podcast. I'm your host, Nicky Marino. I'm here with a special guest, my man, Kenny Edwards Jr., straight from Oakland, California. Kenny, what's up, my guy? How you doing, man? Glad to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Thanks for having me.
Life's good? Everything's good?
Man, I have no complaints.
Yeah. So I want to tap in with some lifestyle stuff. We're going to go on your career.
Yeah.
My guy, Kenny, used to play for San Jose State. Football player, three-sport athlete in high school. We're going to tap in about a bunch of, through his career, his lifestyle now, and what we're going at now. So tell us where it started, Kenny. Three-sport star athlete in high school in Oakland, California. Yeah. Tell us, man.
Yeah, man. Born and raised in the mean streets of Oakland.
Yeah.
I was born in '82, so I grew up, in the '80s, right in the middle of the crack era, and it was like sports was all we had.
Yeah.
So we had one field. It was called Greenman Field. Mm-hmm. If you ever meet somebody from Oakland, or that say they from Oakland, and they about late 30s to mid 40s.
Yeah.
Ask them if they know about Greenman Field. If they don't know about Greenman Field, pull their card. They not from Oakland.
Greenman Field. That's the card, right? That's the player's card.
That's the card. If they don't know Greenman Field, they not from Oakland. So that was the ballpark where our little league, all the games was played at that park.
Oh wow.
It had 4 different fields, so all the age groups could play at that one park. And then so it was like a cesspool it was like an incubator to just breed athletes.
Yeah.
So
tight community too. Oakland's small, right? Like
it's small.
Yeah.
It's big, but it's small. So it's like everybody know everybody. It was a small community right there at Greenman Field. So it was like a dog eat dog. Like back then, this is what I always tell people too. It's different. Back then, coming up in sports, you actually had to try out for the team. Like you could get cut.
Yeah.
Now you pay your fee and everybody.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah,
I can relate, man. Me too. I was a two-sport athlete. Baseball, basketball in high school, and like when I was in middle school, like I went to a rough school, and like we had to try out.
You had to try out. Yeah. They list the team up there. You go up there, you be like your name ain't on there. You be like, damn.
Yeah.
So we could get cut, and then they had a team for all the kids that got cut, and that was bro, you ain't want to be on that team.
Nah,
so it was
JV.
Yeah, so it taught a couple things. It taught wait your turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be older guys that's been doing it, and you got to just keep getting better. And so, man, that's what breeded me at Greenman. But it was also different because it wasn't the specialization in sports. So once baseball was over, you go to basketball. Once basketball was over, you go to football.
Yeah.
And it was written, and the purpose was that. Like I said, it was right in the middle of the crack era, so it was like to keep the kids off the streets.
Yeah, facts.
Give them something to do. So luckily, I was pretty gifted that I could always make the team.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, you hear that with a lot of, if you look at a lot of stories on, professional athletes now, they come from, rough urban areas, and sports is what keeps them out of trouble, man. Like you're saying, it's a big part of every community. All through the world, worldwide. So that's back then
that's where for me, because I'm not a street dude, so I never dabbled into the drug game and the pimping and all that. I never got into that. So my street cred came from being good at sports, because the street guys always take care of the athletes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in the paper or you make the All-Star team, you could walk up and down the street without being bothered, because the street guys be like, "Oh man, he cool. Leave him alone."
So you see that. You see it a lot too. Yeah.
So that's kind of where you ain't gonna never hear nobody say Kenny beat up nobody, but my street cred came from.
Let's go. Let's go.
What's your athlete?
So baseball, basketball, football.
Yeah.
What was your? Let me ask you. What was your favorite one to play, and which one were you the best at?
Yeah. See, so that's a good question, and kind of like messed me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because baseball was my first sport.
Okay.
But I was marginally good at it, right? Good enough to start, but not good enough to star.
Yeah, to exceed. Yeah.
Yeah. Basketball is my love. That's how we met.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the hoop.
Yeah.
But football, I was the best at, but I didn't love it.
Yeah.
So when it came down to like studying tape and lifting weights all goddamn day,
yeah.
I wasn't gonna do that.
I feel it, bro.
But I just stepped on the field and I was naturally good, but I didn't love the game to go where it probably could have took me.
Yeah.
But hoop was my love, but I was 6'1" and I couldn't dribble with my left hand. So
Yeah, we know. We know.
So it just, so basketball is my love, but football is the one I'm best at.
For sure, yeah, and I mean, you exceed. I mean, you had a successful career. We're gonna tap in about your football career. You know, you walked on at San Jose State. I mean, that's big. You know, especially as a freshman. You know, as a QB. But yeah, I see you on the basketball court, man. You got that jumper. I'll co-sign the jumper. I'll co-sign that.
Hey, so I heard a saying. This is why my jumper's so wet. I heard a saying. Kenny Smith. You know Kenny Smith?
Yeah,
TNT.
Yeah,
Smith.
sure.
He said athleticism is like your side chick.
Yeah.
She'll leave you after a while.
Yeah.
The jumper is your wife. She'll never go nowhere.
Hey, that's facts, bro. You can't go anywhere without your jumper.
Can't
bro.
go nowhere.
You ain't going anywhere without your wife.
You always depend on the jumper.
All right, so 2000.
Yeah.
You walked on at San Jose State.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, walking on at San Jose State, a big-time football program, as a quarterback. I mean, tell me about that from, like, start to finish. Like, how persuasive was that situation?
Yeah. So just to rewind a little bit, I feel in my heart I was a scholarship athlete, right?
Okay, yeah.
But my high school was terrible. Terrible high school. So we didn't really get the exposure.
Yeah.
The only reason I was able to walk on at San Jose State is there was a school in our conference in Oakland. Their head coach, Coach Alonzo Carter, who's actually the running back coach at San Jose State now.
Oh, okay.
He was a high school coach back then. He told San Jose about me.
Okay, so he had his eye on you.
Yeah, and he was like, look, I don't have a quarterback, but you got to check out this kid at Oakland High.
Yeah.
That's the only way I was able to walk on, but I felt like I was a scholarship-worthy athlete, just didn't get the publicity. So long story short, he tells them about me. My mom and I actually we created my own resume, and we made our highlight tape ourselves. Okay. Drove to San Jose State, no appointment. We just sat in the lobby just like this and waited for a coach to come out.
Oh, wow.
And like, we just wouldn't leave. And then so finally a coach came out, Wally Gaskins, never forget. He was like, you know, what's going on? I'm like, hey, I'm Kenny Edwards. Coach Carter told me to come up here. You know, here's my tape.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, I'll look at it. I'm thinking like, you know, like I'll look at it, get the fuck out of my office, right? 2 days later, he called me. He was like, I got a spot for you.
Yeah, that's huge. I can only imagine the feeling, the position you're in, especially when you know you're good enough and you know you're a scholarship player and you got no offers on the table, but you won't take no for an answer. And that's like same thing with me growing up playing sports as well. Like, and it's a life lesson as well. Like, if you want something in life, go get it. Never take no for an answer. You know. Yeah.
Nah, they was trying to make me go the JUCO route, which is cool. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the JUCO route, but I just knew that I was better. I didn't need that JUCO route at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
And it's like these kids these days, as we're talking about it, you know, the social media platform that they have now that we never had back then. Yeah. It's like it's so much easier, you know, for highlight videos and like you got these football players on social media making TikToks to get themselves out there. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
If I had that back then, there's no doubt in my mind I would have got a scholarship. But like you said, we didn't have that. So if you're not winning, you know, college coaches is not going to hear about you. Not in the newspaper. They don't know about you. So
yeah, it's wild, man. It's just minimum exposure back in the day. Tell me about Boston's great. Tell me about Boston's great Leon Poe.
Leon Poe, the show.
You told me you tapped in and played against him.
Yeah. So Leon Poe was a freshman when I was a senior. I was at Oakland High. He was at Oakland Tech.
Okay.
And so I'm a senior. I've been, you know, he's there in our conference, so we've been played him year after year after year.
Yeah. Man,
this big dude, 6'8", 250, just walks on the court. I'm like, man, who the fuck is this? So I was a good sized kid at the time, where not too many people was gonna push me around, right?
Yeah, facts.
So I'm lit, but I could not move Leon Poe. So you know, legend has it's in the newspaper, it's Googleable. Leon had 19, I had 20. So My claim to fame is I scored 20 points on Leon
Yeah,
Poe, but he was like 14.
That's wild, man. Yeah, he was a monster too.
Oh, dude, that dude is the strongest dude I ever played against. I played against him. I played against Drew Gooden in high school. Drew Gooden was more skilled and quicker, but Leon is probably the strongest that I've ever played against.
Yeah, you played against a lot of big athletes in your career.
Oh yeah. High school, I played against, like I said, basketball, Drew Gooden, Leon Poe, numerous Division I guys. I think those are the only pros that I could think of right off the top of my head. Football, I don't know if you guys know Kirk Morrison. He was third-round draft pick with the Raiders.
Okay.
Played against him. Lorenzo Alexander, 12-year NFL vet, two-time Pro Bowler. Played against him in football and basketball. Might as well. He was a two-sport star as well. Those are some of the guys I could think of just right off the top of my head. Marcus Maxwell, I played with him in junior college. He went on to play for the 49ers for a little bit. So yeah, man,
So definitely a lot of pros,
and then you realize why you didn't make it to the pros. Yeah. When you play against these guys, you're like, oh, okay, it's levels.
You're around all this talent.
It's levels.
Come on, man. Come
on. It's levels.
Yeah, that's wild, man. So I know we were tapping in the past, man. You told me about this big game you played against LaDainian Tomlinson, right?
Yeah, San Jose State.
He was at TCU on ESPN.
Yeah, ESPN too.
You guys beat him.
We beat him.
And you tore down the goalpost.
It's the shit you see on TV, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we're on ESPN 2. TCU's ranked number 9 at the time. Casey Printers is the quarterback. LaDainian Tomlinson's at running back. Biggest fucking thighs and quads I've ever seen in my life.
I can imagine.
Biggest quads I've ever seen in my life.
The way he runs, Jimmy.
Oh, dude, he was special.
Unbelievable.
Like once you see it in person, you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went on to beat them at home, ESPN 2, and then when the game was over, our crowd came down.
Oh, it rushed.
Rushed the field, tore down the goalpost.
Oh, that's great.
You talk about a college party.
No, that's great. I can imagine, right? San Jose State. You know what I mean? That's a big dub, especially against Tomlinson, TCU, ESPN.
It was crazy.
I couldn't imagine the atmosphere.
It was crazy.
That's unbelievable, man. Now, I see you on the court all the time. Where we at current, man? What's the current career path right now? What's going on? Talk to me.
Oh, man, you talking about sports-wise?
I'm talking about it. Yeah. What are you doing, like, sports-wise now?
Oh, man, sports-wise, man, I just interview athletes now, man.
Yeah.
So I have a YouTube channel, and I interview athletes. It's less wear and tear on the body.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you, for sure, yeah.
So I stick to that. We do the pickup games and stuff like that. That's probably the extent of it. I just turned 40, man. The body just don't recover like it used to.
I hear you, man. I hear you. It's tough, man. I
can
feel my neck. I'm getting.
Oh, man, I played the game last night. I'm limping around. I'm like, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to keep this up.
So you've been interviewing a lot of athletes?
Yeah, I've been doing that for a while. When I was in college back in Missouri, this is like around 2006-ish.
Yeah.
I got a job with a radio network out there. And so I've been interviewing athletes for a while. It's kind of a passion of mine. And so now, I interview a lot of athletes from Oakland.
Okay.
A lot of guys that like had the talent to make it.
Yeah.
Maybe tasted the league.
Okay.
Real quick. But didn't really star.
Yeah.
Making sure that they get their stories out.
Okay.
But then also talking to some of the big names, of how how they made it and their story. So yeah, I like the TV route.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I like tapping in with hearing different stories, hearing different all situations like throughout in the athletic community,
Yeah.
and especially lifestyle. I'm big on the lifestyle as well, man. So what's the YouTube channel?
The Rec Center.
The Rec Center.
The Rec Center.
Guys, check it out. The Rec Center on YouTube. Go like and subscribe, man, for sure. Now, I know you do. I see you on the court. You say you play in the men's basketball league.
Yeah.
What do you do do you do anything personally for strength and conditioning? You have a routine that you get in?
Yeah, man. I try to be like you, man. I go in there. I watch you lift weights. And I just try to copy off of you, man. But I'm just trying to, look, we live in Vegas. Let's be real.
Sure.
We live in Vegas.
It's a tough place to live. If you do not have self-control, you're in the wrong place.
4 months out the year, we naked.
Facts, bro. Facts.
So I'm just trying not to get left behind at the pool parties, man.
Hey, for sure, man.
The wife looks beautiful, so I don't want people being like, oh man, look at him, I'll snatch his chick. I just want people to be like, oh yeah, I see why you wear her.
I know, I'm in the same boat, man. I be going to the pool with my lady. She looking all fly. I'm like, hey, should I take my? Should I keep my shirt on?
Man, I don't want to be the dude at the pool with his shirt on. So I just try to keep it tight enough to do that. I ain't trying to compete or what I'm saying. But as long as I can take my shirt off at the pool and be confident, I'm good.
Now we're talking on Las Vegas. What do you? With all this action we got coming in, man, how you feel about it? We got the Raiders, the Knights, we got the NFL draft, man. How you feeling about it, man?
I love it all, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's great,
this is the place to be, really. Like, my dad is still in California, and he'd be like, man, I got to get to Vegas. Everything is in Vegas. So we got the draft, this weekend?
Yeah, it's crazy.
We just had the Grammys,
It's like, it's something every weekend.
Every weekend.
UFC. If you ain't in Vegas, you ain't in the right place.
Vegas, fuck retirement. Vegas is the place when you hit your prime, you got a little bit of money, you got control of your vices. There ain't no better place to be.
Yeah, I feel like the best advice I can give anybody who thinks of a future living in Vegas or comes to Vegas, as long as you stay in your own lane, you are good. Do not try to step out of that lane.
Nah, it's an adult playground, whatever you into.
For sure.
We got it in abundance.
For sure. Family man, 4 kids.
4 kids.
4 girls.
All girls.
You're a girl dad like me, bro. I got 2 girls. Tell us about it, man.
Man, I got 4 daughters and a wife, so
You're busy.
I'm busy, man. I'm tapped in with my emotions.
For sure. I know the feeling. I do.
Yeah, man. So it's cool. You know what? I grew up with 2 brothers and a very masculine dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My mom too, but that's what the household makeup was. And then playing football, I figured out when I got with my wife that I could be a bit chauvinistic that I didn't even realize, and I could be a bit insensitive.
Yeah.
So they coming to me with these problems. I'm like, man, get the hell out of here. There ain't nothing to be, It's like, no, you got to see it. And I'm like, oh, man. So I'm trying to get in tune with my feminine side a little bit.
Listen, I feel you, man. I got all women in my life. Sometimes I'm over here twisting my hair all day. I'm losing hair, man.
I just tell her don't post when I'm playing. So I got a 4-year-old at home.
Yeah.
We at home, so I got to do some of the doll stuff. I'm like, just don't post this shit on social media.
Yeah, right. Stay on social media.
This shit stays in the house. I done wore the Frozen Elsa gown and shit.
Forget
like,
it.
Man, don't post that.
My kids all over Elsa. They love it. I mean, it's Coco.
Don't talk about Bruno either.
Yeah, they're young. They're Coco Melon. I mean, I just hope one plays basketball, one plays softball. That's the only thing I ask, man. That's it, man. It's crazy. Family, man, that's great. Let me tap in with you on some personal. 3 most influential people that you've had in your life and, how they inspired you.
Yeah, that's easy. So, man, again, growing up in the crack era in Oakland, getting in trouble is easy, right? And then, I'm sure you hear it. The black father not being around and all that, right? So my dad was in that. My parents still married to this day.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm 40, so they've been married 37 years. So
that's awesome.
So my dad was around. He was active. He was great man. To this day, still my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm getting into like different difficult life situations, I can hear his voice with different lessons he done taught me. Winners never quit. No pain, no gain. You know what I'm saying? So my dad, definitely number 1. And then just how to show up to the family. You know what I'm saying? He never left. He always was active too, not just there, but active,
It's tough nowadays, It's tough. You see a lot of these, broken homes.
It's all around us.
Growing up. I experienced the same thing, I lost my dad when I was 12. He was never really around. I was raised by a single mother, but you know what? Like I hear about it all. And when you hear about like your parents to get together still to this day, it's just such positive energy, and I love to hear it because you don't hear it often.
Nah, and a lot of my cousins didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like man, my dad was a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So definitely my dad, my mom. She taught me a lot about life, entrepreneurship, and really just like, she always say, you represent more than just yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
you represent them.
You represent them, right? Like when you step out in these streets, like, man, look, you represent more than you. So think about your actions. So I'm always, still to this day, always thinking like, man, how this gonna play out? If I do this, it might embarrass. You know what I mean? Like always thinking about that. So definitely my parents, top two, bar none. Third, you know, that could any given day could change. I had a lot of great coaches.
Yeah. For sure.
You know, that have taught some great lessons. Cousins, family members. But right now, if I had to answer that right now, third, probably my wife. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she done slowed me down a lot.
That's what they supposed to do.
Yeah, she done slowed me down a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't have her. I mean, you don't slow down. You don't know where you're going to be.
She done slowed it down a lot. But she always give me that wisdom. She always give me the why. You know what I'm saying?
Which is very important.
Yeah. So, you know, I'll probably say my parents and then my wife. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's very important. You know, it really is. You know, I mean, I lived a single life. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I know how it is. You can go either one way or go the other. You know what I'm saying?
Good looking, good body, and a good mouthpiece. You can go far with that.
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's great, man. Obviously, I can relate to you too. I got tons of coaches that I've had in my past that I still talk to this day. You know?
Hell yeah.
32 years, I still talk to them down the road. So that's very important.
Yeah.
I know you played a lot of sports in the childhood. Give me one memorable moment of your childhood. Be anything.
Oh, that's easy. Dude, okay, so it's hard to understand if you're not from there, but anybody from Oakland watching this, they're going to get it. So our league is called the Oakland Athletic League.
Okay, yeah.
Bro, Gary Payton, Greg Foster, like Ricky Henderson, like so many people have come out the OAL. Damian Lillard, like dope. So many people have come out.
Yeah, Lillard's from OAL.
Bill Russell, like so many people have come out the OAL. So to win that league is like, that's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. So my sophomore year, we was 1-9. My junior year, we was 4-6. Then my senior year, dude, we was just like, man, fuck this. Like, we got to get one.
Yeah,
like,
right.
We was picked. So it's a 6-team league. All the schools is in Oakland. So it's all your homeboys you done grew up with.
Okay.
It's basically like our gym, the same dudes. You just going at it, right? Yeah. So my senior year, we looking around. They picked, it's a 6-team league. They picked us to finish 5th.
Okay. Underdog. Little underdog action here.
No player over 6'2".
Yeah.
And we just look at each other like, dog, we finna win this thing. Like, like whatever it take, we got to win this thing. And we went out there and won it. And to this day, those are my brothers. Like, everybody on that basketball team my senior year that won the Oakland Athletic League championship, man, we are like brothers to this day. Because it just took, we wasn't favorite. We didn't have the McDonald's All-American now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was true grit and grind. Underdog, man. Yeah, it was true grit and grind.
It's like, a different feeling, man.
When you're not favored.
When you're not favored, man. Right. I mean, people don't expect you to win. You know?
Right.
And you overcome that. It's a great feeling. I know the feeling as well.
By far the biggest moment.
That's great. That's great. Now, you say you touch on with like any upcoming or younger athletes on your podcast, or just ones that are like strictly, you know, that are professional? Right
so right now we focus on the guys we came up with and getting those stories out. We've been looking at getting some up and coming guys on there. Definitely semi tapped in with the up and comers. But I mean, shit, being here in Vegas, you see so many of them.
They're all around, for sure.
So, you know, that is an avenue that I could do better at, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You got any like inspiration words for upcoming athletes that like can relate, coming from, you know, rough neighborhoods like you, and like you got anything?
Man, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Hard work can open a lot of doors.
Yeah, for sure.
And probably the number one is belief in self.
Like
if you don't believe in yourself,
you ain't going nowhere.
Nobody else gonna believe in you. And just walk in the gym, walk on the field with like supreme confidence that you just other godly type confidence. And then the second thing is there is life outside of sports. There are ways to create generational wealth beyond sports. So if you're one of the 99.9% that don't make it as a professional athlete, life is not over. It has just begun. and find your lane, like we talked about, find your lane and just excel at it, put in the same work you put in to be an athlete into your lane, and you can make the same amount of money, if not more.
Yeah, that's words from my guy Ken, man. I tell you, he hit it right on the spot, man. You know, all you upcoming athletes, man, never take no for an answer. Work as hard as you can. Do not make those mistakes, because sometimes I look back, do I regret my career? No, I love where I'm at right now in my life, but sometimes I look back and say, hey, could I have pushed stronger? Could I have pushed that extra length, you know, to exceed in my Major League Baseball career? Yes, but so no regrets. If you're out there, bust your ass and keep working hard for sure.
But let me ask you a question, because I always think about this. Would you have, knowing what you know now, would you have wanted to make it to the MLB if you could do it again?
Well, yeah, I mean, I made it to I made it to AA in the minors, but there was like some things I could have worked harder when I was in high school. Yeah. I could have made different decisions, and maybe I'll be in a different place. But listen, I got where I always dreamt of wanting to be. Yeah. You know, I was good. I was small, like, you know. But you see me on the court, I always torture everybody because but if I was 6'5", I'd probably be in the league right now.
If you were 6'5", you've been, bro.
I mean, it's different.
You're a good basketball player.
You know, and like, I'm a way better baseball player. You know what I mean? And like, so like, I don't have regrets. I just think I tap in like in my past and be like, could I work harder? Yeah. And that's what I do with my daughters. Like, that's why I hope they're athletes, so I can push them so they don't make any or close to any of the same mistakes that I made. You know?
Yeah. I think about it now. I'm happy I didn't make it.
Yeah,
I'm happy, especially in football with all the head stuff.
Oh, they all what is it?
CTE.
CTE. They're all getting.
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't make it in basketball. I don't know.
I mean, people. You see all this stuff in the news about NFL players doing this crazy stuff, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're not there. They're not mentally there. If you get hit in the head that many times, I mean, how could you?
I played college football. You have to be a little off your rocker.
Yeah.
You have to be like. The size, the speed, the amount of impact over it. Yeah. You have to be a little bit off.
It's wild. And especially coming from you, because you experienced
it. Yeah, you got to be. And I'm off, but I ain't that off.
Like, I got some friends who used to play in the NFL, and they're completely off.
No, it's a different party.
It's a different party.
It's a different party.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, it's definitely wild, man. You been watching the NBA playoffs or what?
Yeah, man.
Who you got?
Man, Oakland the Warriors.
Yeah. They look tough, man.
They look good, man. We done added Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole from Michigan, bro.
I'm a Michigan fan.
Bro, he's balling, man. He's hooping.
Come on, man. I think we got another run in us. I hate Wiseman didn't make it back.
Yeah.
But I think we got another run in us. I'm hoping Phoenix get knocked off while Booker's out.
Yeah, I mean, Booker saying he might come back game 6, game 7.
I saw that. So if Phoenix can get upset, the road gets a little easier.
Yeah, I like my boys from Boston though, man. In the East, man. They
look good.
This kid Jason Tatum, man, he's too underrated, man.
Nah, Jason Tatum.
You know,
I gotta play. Let me ask you a question. So we were at the gym the other day.
Yeah.
And there's a Boston fan in there. He said, I remind him. This was a compliment, mind you. He said, I remind him of Al Horford.
Y'all kind of look alike, bro.
No, my game. He talking about my game. I'm like, no. I've been reduced to Al Horford. All right.
I mean, you got a better shot than that, man. It looks a little prettier than that.
I'm like, man, if that was a compliment,
sometimes I be watching Al how he be shooting, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, how you be making that shot?
But Boston got a good shot, especially when Brooklyn got knocked off.
I can't believe
Milwaukee though is just who gonna guard Greek Freak?
Yeah, you know what? I think they're a little. I mean, come on, they blew out Chicago, but what's Chicago? I mean, they just were a couple pieces away. You know, they had a great year, but I think they'll struggle, man. I think they'll struggle with Boston, man, or even Miami, man. Like Jimmy Buckets, man, he's showing up. He's hooping.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough in the East.
Yeah, it's gonna be
tough. But Boston got as good a shot as any.
I think the East is a lot more tougher than the West.
I think the West is probably the Warriors and Phoenix. The East is Miami, Milwaukee, Boston. The East.
It's crazy. I was in the gym the other day. I'm walking by this guy Shaq. He drinking a protein shake right next to me.
That's a big motherfucker.
That's big, bro. Like,
I think he's a big dude. That's a big dude.
He's a beast.
That's a big dude. That's the one dude. Like when I met him, I got starstruck.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
he said he'll take $25 million to go coach the Lakers. $25 million a year.
Hey.
Hey, I hope Golden State gets there, man. I do, man. You do any sports betting in town?
And look, I bet twice in my life.
Yeah.
I lost both times.
Yeah.
And I figured out how to keep these casinos open.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do the mental bet. I look at the spread, and I be like, man, if I was to bet, this is what I do. And then I look the next day or later that night, and I be like, damn, I would have won. But I always would have won when I didn't place the bet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, we always think like that. And
I always think I know. Like, I know. I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough racket. It's my profession. It's a tough racket. I'll tell you that right now, for sure.
Nah, but if I do, I'm coming to you, though.
You already know, baby.
I'm coming to you.
Something got to keep the lights on in Vegas, man. Let the slot machines keep the lights on. That's for sure,
but
man.
I heard Nicky Marino, boy. You bet with Nicky Marino, you good.
Facts, man. I'll co-sign. Another episode of Meet Me at the Window podcast. I'm your host, Nicky Marino. My special guest, Kenny Edwards Jr., my guy. Guys, thank you for tapping in. If you do not follow me on YouTube, follow my channel, The Nicky Marino. Go like, subscribe, and do not miss this premiere podcast when we drop it next Thursday. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I'm out.